hide some of the little problems that appears or that keeps popping in our relationships. That's our dating days to marriage days are some of the problems that we overlooked. We overlooked at them, and of course, they are actually things we could work on. We could silently work on. Personally, when I met my husband, I had other people around me. This is social media, I not. I had people around me, and of course, as a young woman, as a young girl, whom I knew I was preparing to go into serious relationship. Of course, it seemed like people that were around me were not serious. Like I said, this is social media, and of course, a lot of them too will be watching. And of course, the truth of the matter is that people coming, some of these guys around me, they were all serious. Most of them they were all serious guys that were around me. At a point, I had like 9 people around me. Like I used to say jokingly, I read mass comm, and of course every other person coming from me, they were medical doctors and engineers, and of course around me. And of course at that point I knew I needed to go into something serious. I needed to be serious with someone. I needed to pick someone I knew I should be serious with and building something serious with, because at some point in our lives as ladies, see, it comes a time where everybody is rushing you and you become like a celeb of that moment. Everybody is just looking out for you. Everybody is begging. Everybody is queuing. And of course, it's always good we take that opportunity. That is what I used to tell people. And of course, there are these little things that you see, they pose as stoppers. And of course, when you notice them in your early days of relationship, especially when you're building to marriage, there are things you can actually put a stop to them, because if you don't put a stop to them, there are things that will pop up sometime. Once in a while, they pop up in your dating days, whatever name you call it, dating or your courtship, your relationship days. And of course, it keeps popping in between, and you keep working on them, or you keep, sometimes a lot of people silence these things, and of course they walk you, or you walk with them into your marriage days. And of course, when you do this thing, most of the times the problems or the big problems we have in our marriages, they are not problems that just pop up or that just come up. They are problems that in a way, there were things, those things were telling you or knocking on your environment and telling you this thing is there, you need to work on them. One of the things I worked on was that my husband doesn't like my presence on social media, especially on Facebook, too much. I was a kind of a social media person because I have this, my video coverage. I have always mentioned it. I have my video things. I have as a mass communicator, I have my videos going out there, my pictures, my cameras goes out there. So I have this. I wasn't really building like a platform on social media, but I have people that when they are wedding, you see me in their wedding space, you see me in their, I was doing this thing. And of course, he doesn't like these things. He doesn't like me all over, especially my modeling aspect, which of course he tells me, this thing you do it with a lot of men around you. You shoot the pictures, the videos, the editing is full of guys all over. Your advertising is full of guys sending the adverts stuffs to the billboard. You have to be out there. I need you at weekends where we need to talk, we need to build. So I knew some of these things that if I grab them and I get hold of them, not letting go, they will definitely harm my relationship to my marriage. And even if it doesn't harm the relationship, because in a way we have a way of silencing these things. And of course we feel when we walk into marriage, our men will accept them. Like I said, some of the stoppers. So I knew if I walk into my marriage with these things, he had started talking, he will not be fine with it. These things are things that will not go well with him. So what I did, I silently begin to walk out of these things. Like I keep saying, these are things that gives me money. As at 14, 15 years ago, for someone who is into advert, every 6 months you have ₦1 million drop in your account. In between, you have some other short adverts that comes. You might be clone or something. Whatever decision you make, there are some adverts you just do. You get like a 600,000 back in Nigeria. If you're into stuff like that, as at 14, 15 years ago, it was a whole lot of money for a young woman. And of course, I have my job. I was taking my salary. So I have this bringing in models, which of course, like I said, But these are the things that will be the stopper to my marriage working. So I saw them, and of course, I know this young man keeps mentioning them. And of course, what did I do? Because I knew these are things that silently he mentions them. They are his fears. He wasn't stopping me from doing my business, but he was stopping me from something that gives him fear. So if I truly wanted the marriage to work, as at then, I needed to stop some things, because if I don't stop those things, they will definitely pose as stoppers for my marriage, and of course, it will definitely break. So for me to prevent my marriage breaking in today or few years past or in the nearest future as we face life, I stopped those things that were his fears, those things that posed as his fears. I stopped them. Like I said, there are these things we overlook. And of course, if your business is of most important, your modeling aspect is of most important, your family. See, I have said it here before, and I don't know why people keep, asking me questions. Are you expecting me to drop my business? What are you saying? See, nobody is begging, or nobody will force you to drop your business, that thing which is of most important to you. But see, when you use your hand to grab this thing, which is very much important to you, this is of most important to you. If you're grabbing this thing with your two hands, the fingers you're using to grab this one, definitely if something comes as a hit, definitely this will definitely, because you're grabbing this one with your two hands, and of course if a hit, something comes in your relationship or in between, it will definitely hit. Any hit that comes, this will definitely fall out, because your grips are on this. You're using just a finger or two tips of your fingers to hold something, which is your marriage. If your business is of most important to you, your family is of most important to you, your marriage that is coming or the one you're building will definitely fall. That is it. There's just no two ways about it. So if you're building and you intend to build and sustain it and have it work, see, you have to get hold of see those things that poses themselves as you feel you're going to work on them, and over time you're just going to be things you work on them, or you silence the man as a woman and you're going to get through and go with them. It is not possible. If you truly want your relationship to your marriage to be successful, there are things you have to drop along the line, especially in your early days of relationship. There are things you naturally will drop. These things might be, it might take some time for you to build back, no problem. But because you're trying to build a whole lot of relationship to your marriage, and remember, when you're going into this marriage, you're going to have kids, you're going to have people around you. So if you successfully want to achieve that which is marriage, and you affect your environment, the Bible says you should go into the world. You should subdue, produce and subdue. So whatever is coming around you, you're actually producing it, because it's learning from you. It could be your child, it could be your younger sister, it could be your husband's younger sister, it could be a cousin, it could be a friend, it could be a passerby that you choose to help, and it comes into your environment, into your building, and of course they are learning from you. See, there are things, I tell people, see, it is not when your children comes, you give birth to children, these are not the only people you're building and will subdue. The people that comes around you definitely they will want to subdue, and they subdue with the character. They have some parts of the characters they have learned from you, because we are made up of environment, where we are coming from, the things we have learned over time. This is what we are made of. So you display these things out there. Yes, there might be some that we have, but much part of us that we display out there is what we learn from our environment, our parents, from where we're coming from, our mentors. That is why people keep saying, she's my mentor, he's my mentor. She actually taught me this. I learned this from my mentor. I learned how to dress from my aunt. I learned how to dress from my mom. I learned how to be humble in marriage and be responsible from my mom, from my grandmother, who told me, make your marriage work. Watch my marriage and make sure you make your marriage work. And my mom told me, my mom was the first person that told me marriage is actually not coming to make you happy. Marriage is coming that you make yourself happy and you make others happy and you make it work. And that is why you have the marriage. So I don't know how you're building your relationship. I don't know how you're going into it. I don't know what are those stoppers posing. Those things you see, they look little, but there are things that will definitely harm your relationship tomorrow or in the nearest future. I am asking that if you can, please work on them, because if you truly want to have a good relationship or a good marriage, you have to work on those things, because if you don't work on them, they will definitely crash your relationship, and they will harm people that comes around you to learn something from you. They might not be coming with the mindset of learning, but when people come around you, definitely there are things around you they will definitely learn, and they will pick it out there and display it. So if you're just watching my video for the first time, my name is Ann Moses. I do videos here on relationship, dating, and relationship the right way. Doing it the right way, doing it the best way you can, and of course, putting and having that mindset of making it work. That is the kind of thing I do on this channel. I don't tell you what you want to hear, sincerely. I tell you what you're supposed to do on this channel. And that is why I'm sitting here, because it has worked for me. It has worked for a lot of people. The right thing works anywhere, any day, accepted anywhere, any day. So I encourage you, if you're building in your dating days and relationship today to your marriage, choose those things that will work for you and stand with them and make sure it works for you. God bless you, and I'll see you again. Your thumbs up is very welcome. Your comment is welcome, because it will help me to do something for someone in our next video. And of course, your subscription is welcome if you can. If you have not subscribed, you're not part of the family. And let me not forget again to my family have existed here. Thank you very much for always being there, for always coming back. And if you're new here, you're welcome. You're welcome. This channel is all about dating and relationship, and doing it the right way, doing it the God way, the true ways relationships. So building the right way, making good friends, and of course staying around the right people that encourages you to do the right thing, and of course pushing forward to see that the right thing is done, and of course it's around you. God bless you, and I'll see you again in my next video. From here is love, and I remain your Ann Moses on the True Ways Relationship. Bye bye.